Hello and welcome to today's video blog, in which we learn how to identify facts versus opinions. But before that, let's analyze the objective of today's video, which is to examine new pieces, identify factual and opinion-based statements, and explain how recognizing the differences strengthens critical analysis and academic writing. So, what's the difference between facts versus opinions? Okay, to analyze it better, let me show you some examples. This is the first, which is called the title. Trump calls Bad Bunny's Super Bowl halftime show a slap in the face to our country. President Donald Trump criticized Bad Bunny's Super Bowl LX halftime show, calling it absolutely terrible, one of the worst ever. In a post on social media on Sunday, Trump called the show a slap in the face to our country, saying that there is nothing inspirational about this mess of a halftime show. Now, what do you think? Is it an opinion or is it a fact? Well, actually, this is an opinion. Why? Well, it's because the president, in this case, Donald Trump, was giving a belief for him, was like giving his personal opinion based on his interpretation, his judgment. Okay? However, if I show you this other piece of news that says excess death in 2022 among worse in 50 years. Let's analyze just on the first part that says more than 670,000 deaths were registered in the UK in 2022, 90% more than 2019. This represents one of the largest excess death levels outside the pandemic in 50 years. Far below pre-pandemic levels, it has prompted questions about why more people are still dying than normal. Data indicates pandemic effects on health and MAS pressures are among the leading explanations. Now, in this case, it's pretty different from the other because this is actually a fact. And how can you know that it's a fact? Because in this case, it has been proved. How is it being proved? Because you compare this with analysis, data analysis. Now, finally, I'm going to show you this taken from an article that says chemistry finds signs of ancient life in rocks billions of years old. Let's focus one more time on just the first part of this article by Maria Burke, which says combining state-of-the-art chemical techniques with artificial intelligence, an international team of research has uncovered the faint chemical echoes left by living organisms inside ancient rocks that formed over 3.3 billion years ago. The same methods can be applied to samples from Mars or other planetary bodies to determine whether they once supported life. Yeah, in here. What do you think? Now that you have read a fact and an opinion pieces of news, what do you think this is? As a matter of fact, this is basically proved by the community, in this case by an international team of research. So we have a scientific community behind it, and this is why this is considered a fact. Now, you may be wondering why is distinguishing facts and opinions important in academic writing? Because it makes the text more credible and trustworthy. Readers can check the information more easily. It helps developing critical thinking. Arguments are more clear and better supported now. It reduces the confusion. Conclusions are based on evidence, not only in beliefs. It shows respect for research and resources. Finally, it allows the reader to see what is proven and what is interpretation. Well, I'm going to finish this video blog by giving you a short reflection. Sometimes distinguishing thoughts and opinions can be tricky, but you need to practice. Why? Because it's essential for you to understand the information accurately. Recognizing the differences not only helps you to develop better critical thinking, but also analytical skills. Academic texts normally require evidence, so identifying this factual information also improves your argumentation, and understanding how opinions influence interpretations allows readers to evaluate messages more carefully. Here's the bibliography. Thank you.